Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Isaac, welcome back. We have a return guest, one of our very few, to the Second Lunch podcast. He is a motion designer and animator by day and global sex symbol by night. He's a former member of the sketch comedy group Basement Salt, which you may have seen featured on Funny or Die. He is possibly, but definitely not related to Suzanne Summers, who I didn't realize was dead. I'm sorry for your loss. He's solely responsible for the rise and the fall of the Chia Pet. He's almost entirely opposed to badger attacks, and we've only kissed once. Everybody, Isaac Summers!
There we go. Much more chutzpah on that introduction then.
Yeah, I was getting complaints. People were like, you're really lame at introducing guests. So there you fucking go, Dan. There's a great intro.
It was a great intro. And all true, you know. Fully.
Every drop of it.
Every drop of it. I can attest because that's my life. So I've been doing all that.
Yeah, it's got to be hard having a day job and being a global sex symbol at night.
Yeah. Only at night.
Well, I
can't do it at work.
It's a Clark Kent situation. Yeah.
When do I sleep?
He's got to go in the phone booth.
All right, well, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Would you rather wear a wig made out of human hair or horse hair?
You know, I've been thinking about this quite a bit.
Yeah.
This is my question, just for clarity, you know, for transparency. And I've got to say horsehair. I know that's the traditional kind of, it's like the conservative answer. It's like less fun, but I do feel like horsehair, you've got to be kind of embodying the horse a little bit when you're wearing the horsehair wig.
Really channeling your inner Black Beauty.
Yeah, exactly. You're kind of like a little more wild and untamed than you normally are.
Oh, that's why when people wear wigs, they have kind of a different aura, different attitude.
What's
channeling the horse?
What's more wild than collecting hair from the 14 plus individuals required to get an entire shirt?
See, I don't know.
Is this consensual
I don't know
hair
why
acquisition?
I thought this is one of those things that I guess somebody just told me when I was little and is accepted as the truth. But I'd always been told that wigs were just made out of hair from people in India. I don't know why it was India. But I was just like
cottage.
Right,
that just
Indian
sounds like
hair.
Racism, but
Yeah, possibly. I never doubted it until this question. Actually,
It could just be.
You're telling me it's made of horsehair? Okay.
It could just be a thing where somebody bought a lot of wigs and was a lot of these are coming from India. Could really be the.
Yeah. Wait, is it from the tail or from the mane?
The truth is, I don't know.
Or is it a Clydesdale from the body?
I'm thinking primarily the tail,
right?
Like, you know, unless you're.
I can't.
Yeah.
That means somewhere out there is a horsetail without hair on it, and I can't even imagine what that looks like.
I mean, only if somebody's wearing the horsehair shirt, which. But I mean, you
don't want to channel the horse too much because then we just have people shitting in the streets.
Yeah.
Legally, apparently, horses can just shit wherever they want.
Yep.
Dog shit, gotta pick it up, but horses, no. Go ahead, leave it. Let's let a couple cars drive through it.
Like horse farms where they're just snipping the hair off, you know, and they just grow them back, and they're just totally there to produce horsehair wigs.
Me
horsehair
at
wigs,
3 a.m. in my
glue.
cat burglar outfit, just like sneaking up on the horse. All right, fucking go, punch it. They still make boxing gloves out of horsehair. Fun fact for you.
What?
Yeah,
I never would have guessed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They made them out of like rubber.
Yeah. Or leather or something.
You would think, and in fairness, it's not. It's the not necessarily. It's like the filling, the padding of the glove is horsehair, and I don't think it's even fully 100%, but it's still used. And sometimes boxers, it turns into an argument, like in the negotiating table, like can't have the horsehair gloves, man.
Fair
yeah,
enough.
because it's not like football where everything's like rigidly defined beforehand. It's like you get to the negotiating table, it's like, how big do you want the ring? Fuck you, man. We're not doing 20 by 20. So
every time I've ever seen a horse, I've been like, why are we still doing this? What are we doing with horses? What's going on?
You're saying with modern industry that the field plowing is not the same? And
I don't know. I just said, what are we doing? It just seems like a thing of a past era. Like, why do they even exist? I don't know. I mean, I get that animals are going to continue to exist, but I don't know what the horse is up to. They do kind of clash
with like the Google offices and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I guess this is the same era.
Right. I like the idea of a horse being an anachronism, like a picture from modern times, and like, oh, that's not real. That's AI because there's a horse there. And that's clearly 18th century beast that we're talking about.
I don't know. It's kind of like if you saw a dodo, you'd be like, what?
Yeah, but we never lost them. They're also very, very strong and a bit spooky. As far as
or horses.
I can't speak to the dodo. I've not encountered one of those, but I'm guessing not so spooky.
It's all hearsay.
Yeah. But horses, yeah, that's a big muscled beast. It's not one that you casually keep around.
Well, they're arguably too big. Especially the big ones.
Yeah.
You know what's too big? The big horses.
I didn't realize for the longest time that pony was a type of horse. I always thought it was the name for a small horse, a young
Like a puppy
horse.
versus
Like a
young.
puppy, yeah.
That's
It's
awesome.
a type of horse.
Yeah.
Oh, so all those kids that got ponies for their birthdays, once it turns into a horse, it's out of here.
Like a
I wanted a
Clydesdale
pony.
pony. Yeah. Yeah, that's shit.
I do
fucked
like
up.
that we still measure like power, like horsepower.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Did you know that one horse is like 15 horsepower?
No.
That makes no fucking sense.
I'm not shitting you either. I am
That's
not
so
shitting
annoying.
Is it
you.
like a walking horse?
It's-
Is that the default?
Yeah, so when it's running, it just counts for more.
Yeah, and I've also always wondered, is it a Mustang? Is it a Clydesdale? Is it a pony? We don't even know what type of horse they're talking about. It's not specific enough.
Okay, here we go. A horse does not have a single horsepower. This is also bullshit AI overview.
So
Output
100% true.
output of 1 horsepower over a full day. I am seeing this somewhere else now as I scroll. 1 horsepower over a full day, but peak power over a short burst is up to 15 horsepower.
It's so fucking annoying. Somebody did not do enough research.
Also, I mean,
How'd they even measure it in the first place?
it's a oh god, I'd have to really jump into the research for
table
that
that
one.
for
Yeah,
next
we'll
time.
table.
I promise it's annoying, though.
But I will say, like, because what's somebody talking about how fast their vehicle is, like, this has got 400 horsepower. I don't think that if you just stack up 36 horses, that you can then match the output.
Well, what's 400 divided by 15?
That's what I'm saying. It'd be like 20, 26 or whatever it would be. Yeah, 26 and
This
2/3.
guy's full of shit.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of horse coordination, too. It'd be like a dog sled thing.
Yeah. You need to Iditarod these horses into shape.
I'm also pretty sure it's going to turn into chaos. I don't think we're actually going to get a number here.
No, probably not. No, you're going to freak a few out. There's probably going to have to be like a live execution on the track, similar to what happens at the horse races. It's not going to, all for a science experiment, all in the name of learning.
Yeah.
But the question,
I have to know how strong my car is. Okay.
but the question that you had, Isaac, is: are horses the ultimate pet?
Well, yeah, you can just shoot them. Sorry.
Jesus
I
Christ!
was just thinking that when you said the execution part. I can't believe that that's like, there's not just a regular way to euthanize them. They're like, well, you got to shoot them in the head.
No, I do. In fairness, I do think it's a more modernized process.
Again,
it's
none
not
of
just,
this has happened in 100 years.
It's not just Cletus with like his 6-gauge shotgun.
It's certainly Cletus.
Well, it's like the old country or No Country for Old Men gun, right? That's what they kill
Oh
animals
yeah, the
with.
cattle. Yeah, that
Yeah.
it could be. I don't know if they do the injection on the track for the live.
Oh, yeah.
This is bad, Chris. We talked about my
Yeah, I
My
know. I was just thinking.
last episode. Our dog's daycare.
We had a really
murdered a
funny
dog.
segment about dog getting killed.
Yeah, we were like, we'll record it and see how it works. Real knee slapper, really brought. Didn't divide the listenership at
crying.
all.
PETA can really put you on the map, though. So we might be onto something here.
I mean,
Not to completely derail the question.
we were talking about how bad it was. See?
Yes.
but
And so is putting down
but-
horses.
yeah, this is right after we're talking about how they shouldn't exist anymore. I feel like this could really be edited in a negative way for us.
Yeah, edited, sure.
So
Ultimate pet.
Yeah,
what's your thought?
I mean,
process there.
so what is a pet, right? It's a little friend, and you kind of control them, and then they you interact with them in fun ways. And I feel like you really can't top a horse. You can ride a horse, which is not true of most pets.
And the way they look at you, you can really tell they understand you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're really deep.
Yeah, as a man.
Yeah. Pretty much anything that lets you ride it. Moose won't let me ride him.
No.
Well, yeah, moose. how old is he now? 11 years old. How much does he weigh?
He's almost
Yeah,
11.
yeah.
Oh, a moose is a dog.
Yeah,
It's a dog, not a moose. Yeah.
we could domesticate a moose. That would perhaps that would top
That would be
the ultimate pet.
Yeah.
You know what? I think the
Antlers.
Russians are up to domesticating bears. That might be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think
They certainly have. I don't know if the rest of us are going to figure it out, but
Well, what are
it's too much free time.
what are the other pets in contention? Lizard, spider,
Oh my god! all the
bald eagle.
these are the things I imagine all these as like the worst pet to bring over a first date to. Yeah, I've got some pets: tarantula, boa constrictor,
Oh, boa constrictor is good.
scaring the ladies.
You probably already heard this, Cole, but I think all of the boa constrictors in Florida came because like they escaped from an exotic pet shop. It tipped over in a hurricane, and they're like, "Oh, perfect, the swamp. I love it here." And
I like that they've stayed within state lines. At least they know that there's boundaries.
I also find it funny, there's so many instances throughout history of like human beings introducing a species, usually some like farm. We're trying to cull some sort of pest on our farm, and so we introduced these, toads, and now
Bigger
they're
pest.
everywhere. Yeah, exactly. Just it's
Yeah.
mongoose
yeah.
situation.
cats. They're everywhere now. But there's something that's funny to me. Like usually it's some far-flung. It's like 150 years ago. There's no like face to a name. I feel like what you just told me. There's like a shop named like Swamp Joe's and Swampy Joe's. A real bad hurricane came through, and old Swampy Joe couldn't check the cages for a fortnight. And
Tipped into the bayou.
Yeah. It's just funny to be able to trace an actual like environmental disaster to one fella, like Johnny Cash killing half of the remaining condor population. Like he just did that, wasn't his best work. But sometimes you abandon a truck and you're a condor reserve, and
Welcome to the Ring of Fire, baby.
it's
Yeah, I don't know if that's really true, but it's such good lore, and it's so believable that I've chosen to believe.
yeah.
I once saw him give middle finger to the camera, so he's a
Well, I
bad
think we were
boy.
talking about the boa constrictor,
Oh.
but yeah.
I was still on Johnny Cash.
It could be both.
No, verifiable. That is very funny, but also makes a ton of sense because I'm not a snake expert. Obviously, we have some snakes in the United States, but that's a big jump.
Yeah,
That's
well,
a big jump.
it like instantly became the apex predator, and that's
Yeah.
why it just took over. And
Yeah.
now they you can get paid in Florida if you kill a boa constrictor and bring it somewhere, and they'll give you some money for it. So maybe that's why they released it. It was like a long con. They're like, here we're gonna
Yeah.
help the economy,
Generational wealth.
generational wealth, exactly. So that's my short list of ultimate pet. I still think. I think horse is up there for me, probably, as the ultimate pet.
Raccoon. Raccoon would be good.
See, raccoon, I'll give that one to you because, like, that's realistically just like, horse. That is a real pet. Some things we could name where it's like nobody owns that as a pet. That's not
Shark.
like exotic cats, like big cats. It's not really a pet that people.
I have a
truly...
documentary for you.
It's
What about
okay. Just
octopus?
somebody running a half-assed zoo, like not out of their house, is a different deal. Did you say octopus?
Yeah,
Okay.
octopus.
In terms of intelligence, that's a big step up.
Mm-hmm. Who's the pet?
Extremely good point.
Give it enough time, especially if we eradicate ourselves. There's going to be some octopi that are speaking English or some sort of. They'll be making big progress.
It's probably going to be
long
Chinese.
long
Isn't that the
division.
most-
Even the crows
Well,
have a shot at taking over. I feel like.
the
If
crows
they ever
are.
learn how to use guns,
Yeah.
we are.
Well, they talk to each other and stuff. They're pretty smart. If you're like mean to a crow or like hurt a crow, they'll tell the other crows and they'll remember you.
Yeah, they did that
Crows,
study at
man.
UW where they wore different masks, and then different fellow would show up wearing the same mask as the asshole that hit the crows with rocks the year before. They're like, it's the fucking guy throwing rocks. Like totally a different guy, but he's wearing the same mask. It's that guy.
How did they know? How did they know that they knew that was the guy?
Well,
Or
they
thought
had
that was the guy.
they had communicated enough identifiable features about how the mask looked to each other, that when they showed back up in the same place, they
Did somebody
immediately
speak
got
crow?
attacked. Well, no, they got fucking attacked like
Oh,
right
hell
away.
yeah.
Like
That's
so,
fucking rad.
which I speak enough crow to know what that means, which means get the fuck out of here.
Which means they must be way smarter than we realize if they're
Oh.
like talking to each other and describing people. Like,
Yeah,
Somebody
they're
threw a
up there.
rock at me, I remember.
Yeah,
I tell my
for
friends,
sure.
too. If you ever see the guy with the Nixon mask, fuck him up.
I've seen people that create little puzzles for them to like get a nut out of a weird contraption, and they'll grab sticks and find a way to poke it out. They're smart. They could definitely take over in the long run.
That would be hell.
They seem to be trending in the right direction,
Birds
and
in
we seem
charge.
to be trending in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
They have a lot of ground to make up, but I feel like
it's definitely
it's a
not
long
gonna be
game.
us for much longer.
It's a long game.
I think they just need to be bigger. I don't know if a creature as small as a crow is really going to be like in the top spot. Like you gotta kind of
Grizzly bear. That's
You hear
probably
that,
it.
crow listeners? You hear that?
Yeah, you better watch
Get
out on your
bigger.
way home. You better fucking watch out.
hit the gym, crow listeners.
I think I've talked about it on the podcast before, but there was a competition in the 50s to find the chicken of the future. And it was held by Tyson Farms, and they identified the farmer that had the largest chickens, introduced it into like their breeding line, and today chickens are 4 times larger than they were at the time of the competition.
Hell yeah.
Wow. I thought it
We really need to avoid the crow, the crow off.
Crow off.
yeah, there's not as much money in crow growth, I feel like.
It's a real seller's market.
Yeah.
On
Yeah. When you said the chicken of the future too, I was like, oh, like a lizard.
I'm surprised you didn't go right for horse.
No, Isaac's thinking he's going really long term.
Yeah.
He's going, this eventually is going to be a crab. But
The next thing we eat after chickens, lizards. Big ones, beefy ones that are 4 times as big as old lizards.
Stupid old lizards.
you
man.
guys know lizards? These aren't your granddad's lizards, all right? They are freakishly large. They got that way in about 60 years.
These aren't your grandads.
That is the funny thing about genetic engineering is like we've been doing it for so long, and then we started using like DNA and stuff, and it obviously got more intense. But it's like, yeah, but it's all genetic engineering. You know, they put the little like non-GMO thing on on like lots of stuff.
Right.
But it's like tomatoes; they were poisonous before.
Yeah.
we made them not poisonous.
Yeah, they were.
Well, we also thought that they were really poisonous for a long time because dogs didn't like them, and that was that was our testing method. Was like, well,
Oh,
Spot.
he won't eat it.
Yeah, exactly. It must be fucked up.
Yeah, no, he's the ultimate pet.
Yeah, they clearly didn't do that test with chocolate.
Yeah, they're like bomb sniffing dogs. Dogs, they have a lot of jobs. I'll say that. There's a lot of dogs, but the ones that have figured it out, they're
I don't even remember who tweeted this, but I think about it all the time. Somebody who tweeted was like, "Do police dogs even know they're cops?"
they're just
So
thrilled to
fucking
be.
good.
Or are all dogs cops in a way?
They are narcs.
They'll
And
snitch on
They
you.
guard
Big
stuff
time,
too,
yeah.
like pretty without
Dude, Moose
asking.
fucks me up in hide and seek, man. He fucking gives me away all the fucking
yeah.
time. He's like, dude, what are you doing in the closet? And he's just standing right there, and Kendall's like, okay, well,
Yeah.
Moose is right
Wagging
there.
his
so clearly-
tail,
yeah.
looking right into the blinds.
Dipshit.
Sick.
Fucking ruining it. Dogs are not the ultimate pet, I'll tell you that much.
No, they're like number 2 or 3.
2 or 3. Horses, huge lizards.
Dogs. All right. Well,
Dogs
they
and
made it to the
cats tied.
podium.
Yeah.
You know, they made it to the podium. Okay, we've got the.
You a dog guy or cat guy?
I'm a cat guy.
I knew it.
Yeah, you can
You
just
seem like a
can just
cat guy.
tell.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah,
Totally
I'm
tell.
always going meow.
You have cat
Doing
energy
this.
for sure.
Yeah, that's a lot of primping. Yeah.
A lot of primping.
Okay, we've got. Should we do the Gucci or Greasy?
Yeah, this is actually Isaac's.
I put mine all at the top of the list. I don't know if I was supposed to do that.
good.
Oh,
but
works
it's just
great.
Like I'm
Means we'll
popping them
get
at
to
the
it.
top. Should I say it? Gucci or Greasy? Big words.
Greasy.
You chose a terrible podcast host.
Cole's a big fan of him. He uses a bunch of them.
I use them too, and
Ugh.
I sometimes catch myself.
What's the biggest one you used today?
I don't know. I didn't really talk today before getting here.
You want to know mine? Want to know mine?
Yeah.
You want to know mine? I'm going to show you both up. Supercalifragilistic, baby. Top that. Top that, Cole.
I did think of an example because I was thinking about this Gucci or Greasy, and so I thought of ubiquitous versus everywhere and how they're pretty much synonyms, but how like you know a lot of people probably aren't gonna know what ubiquitous means.
Yeah, ubiquitous is one of those words where I'm like, yeah, yeah, keep talking. I want to hear the rest of what you say so I can figure out the fuck that word meant. Cole does that to me a lot. He thinks I might, maybe he knows I'm dumb. I can't tell. He's pretty smart.
I don't think that I'm changing my language for the audience too often. Sink or swim environment.
Yeah, he doesn't even dumb it down for me. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, Cole, I'm not sure people would know what that means. I sure do. Can you explain it?
Gucci or Greasy, that concept. Throw it on there, Chris.
Well, what my wife wanted me to bring up, my wife Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
She was like, you should definitely talk about how you have a tendency in foreign countries when the person does not speak English as their first language, at least, to like countries. Somehow go for the biggest word you can. And it really doesn't help. And I'm like, I'm not doing it on purpose. It just happens.
Well, you have to shout it.
I will
have to shout it at them.
Yeah, ubiquitous.
That is maybe the the one time the audience is maybe going to be taken into account is when I am somewhere else. But I also think the idioms, the turns of phrase, are the things that like people will not know what the fuck you're talking about. There's so many sports ones that we use too that we just don't even think about. Like, yeah, take one for the team. Okay. All right. I'm sure conceptually that jumps across some borders, but at the same time, you just say that shit.
Right.
Well, in the middle of a conversation about work.
I'm dealing with this. Kendall doesn't speak another language, but she is learning this one. And so she does not know these idioms either. And so I'll say something that is like second nature, like I don't even realize. Like, I was like, well, let's go see what Moose is up to, just to get her out of whatever room we were in.
Right.
And she's just like, what? Because what the fuck would up to mean? Why was she I should say what? Let's go see what Moose is doing.
Right.
But I said up to, and she was absolutely baffled.
Yeah,
she was like,
how did preposition get into this?
Up. Was he on the ceiling? What's happening?
How did directions get involved?
Yeah.
All right, that's on me. Yeah.
She'll pick those up quickly. It's a idiom-rich language.
Yeah, when you're embroiled in them. Yeah. And then, of course, there's certain words that are spelled, the homonyms, and then, like, the word set has, like, a few dozen definitions in the dictionary. Just the word set. There's a lot of different applications there.
It's very true.
We didn't make an easy one, but
no.
So we're all saying greasy?
No.
Well, I'm undecided.
Oh,
That's
shit.
why I brought
Swing
it up,
vote.
because I feel like for a long time I've really liked big words, and I've used them a lot.
Does it make you feel powerful?
Well, I don't
like
know.
Me?
I feel like that's the question. Is it helping me or hurting me? Because sometimes I'm like, am I trying to sound smart just to sound smart, or am I trying to what's the most effective way to communicate to this person? Probably the shorter word. Then your brain has to spend less energy thinking.
This is how we get right into The Office. Right into Kevin shortening his language as much as possible.
Right. Why use big?
Yeah.
I don't know. I will say I enjoy using them sometimes just to kind of show off, but then I'm also terrified. Like, I really fucking hope I use that word right, because I am only 80% sure anytime I use a word bigger than like maybe 8 letters.
Well, sometimes I don't use them right, and I have to look them up, and then I realize I'm wrong. So there is some embarrassment that comes with it. It's a risk.
For me, it's all just it's added tools for a potential funny thing. Like sometimes ass is funnier than butt.
Yeah.
Sometimes butt's funny. Depends on the lead.
I will say that I appreciate when somebody just. I will compliment somebody's word choice. I'll completely interrupt them to be like, that was a great word choice.
Yeah, sometimes the word choice itself is funny, or sometimes like it sounds funny, but then other times just by choosing that, a person can be like, why did you choose? Like that itself can be humorous. Yeah. Like Isaac, you'll actually be the first person in the clay circle, the old clay circle, to probably know this, but he got hurt on Friday and he lost a digit. He lost a pinky finger.
No.
So he's down to a nub.
Oh no. At work, I assume.
Yeah, workplace, somebody else's fuck up. We'll have him on the podcast soon and see how much he can legally share. But yeah, he's down to a nub, and I asked Ashley, like, can he come, here on Friday night, to convalesce? And she was just like, you mean like recover? Like, yeah. And then she started laughing because she was like, I've only heard that term used with like a tuberculosis patient. like convalescence is what you do like on the way out. Like that's your like
and for the listeners, that word means
it means recover. Like means just
yep.
If you're
right.
High ankle sprain, a little convalescence on the couch, gotta let that shit recover.
God, that's crazy.
I always thought of convalescence as more of like something, I guess it's like something bad happened to you, but I almost thought it was more emotional or like more like, you were like hurt in a non-physical way.
See, I could be misusing it.
No, I don't think, I just think that's how I have interpreted it over the years.
Like you had a psychic break and you needed like 6 months to,
Yeah.
or like a year to like, like more than a traditional physical injury would have you. Yeah, that's. I see what
you guys might not get this, and this is where I might gain some ground in the Gucci or greasy argument. For people like me, I hear a word like convalescence, and my brain just goes beep, just shuts off for a second, and it's like, well, we'll tune back in when they get to the actual words again, and just try to figure out what that meant as the sentence goes on. It's completely unnecessary. Use recover. I know that one for sure. I know recover.
I would have got no laughs out of Ashley on that one at all, and you wouldn't have learned anything.
Yeah.
You would have gotten nothing out of it.
It is a funny word in its specificity. I feel like that's the key, right? It's like the more specific the word is, kind of the funnier it is.
Yeah, it's a very
sure.
because I mean, there's also certain words that you never hear that are long, but then when somebody says it, you're just like, oh, I see what that is, and also can be used properly. Like masturbatory doesn't come up too often.
Great one.
Definitely
know that one.
Like busting out a big word in front of people that's only for your own benefit. Masturbatory.
I see what you did there. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Stroking yourself a little bit. But yeah, I mean, Gucci for me, but I'm like the most biased audience. I went to school for creative writing and journalism.
I think my core is Gucci. I think I have.
It would be Gucci if I wasn't the dumbest person in the room. So I'm gonna have to say greasy.
Can I throw one more detail on there, which is in journalism school, it was always very greasy to do these things. Like that's where it's incredibly greasy too, because you're supposed to write it for the common man. Newspaper is supposed to educate people, and so if something's really hard, don't call it Sisyphean.
Fuck off! What? Did you make that up, or is that a word?
No,
like
Sisyphus rolling the boulder up the hill.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Jinx.
But
you know Sisyphus, right?
Yeah.
We all do.
Come on,
of course.
You love your Roman stuff.
My guy.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Atlas's friend.
Went to different schools together.
Go way back.
Oh boy. Okay, I don't know if I can present this next one. It would be masturbatory.
Yeah. So this is
Are we still on
Isaac.
mine?
What is your what's your favorite Cole moment or quote?
What does it mean to care about sports in a crumbling society? Do you remember saying something like that, Cole? I feel like that's like a classic.
The Packers must have just lost.
I think
Sometimes that's the only way you can deal with it.
we've talked about. I think we've all had this conversation or this thought where it's like, man, a lot of things I could be doing with my Sunday. I'm just getting shit faced watching, just getting pissed about football.
To me, this is a very our pets' heads are falling off type of moment.
But you're half drunk and already a little emotional. Yeah, I do remember saying that because it's like one of those. I still have those moments of like trying to reconcile it, like especially Saturday night, like watching fights. You're like, man, this is morally questionable stuff I'm up to here, but also it's making my life tolerable and making keeping me moving forward in a positive way. So Yeah,
He's a
then you
very
end up in a-
rational thinker. If it were
Yeah.
me, either the Sonics just left, the Packers lost. Like I'm having a meltdown. I'm full on losing it. Let's fire McCarthy or whomever it is, LaFleur now.
The coach. We just call him the coach.
Why care about sports in a crumbling society? You know what I mean?
Well, it's a very cool thought. I feel like 'cause you care about sports a lot, and you're also very aware of society a lot.
Yeah. I mean, the most quintessentially American experience I ever had was eating at a Burger King when I was watching the television and got the news that George Zimmerman got acquitted. I was like, this feels... I did not think I would have my generation's Rodney King acquittal moment under the auspices of the Whopper Jr.
I said no tomato.
And it's in those moments where you're like, life is it's just weird to watch news like that unfold while you're sitting next to a chicken fry poster, $2.49 for a dozen, pretty screaming deal. But it's both things, the MJ Lenderman sitting under a half-mast McDonald's flag, me watching sports as shit goes down. It just all feels very contradictory.
Yeah, it's true. And sports feel like they're almost like a distraction that was invented to distract us.
That's the Noam Chomsky argument. I should have worn my Noam Chomsky shirt. I missed the opportunity. Yeah, bread and circuses to keep the peasants distracted while we get up to the terrible stuff.
Yeah, because I've been listening to a bit of the Roman history podcast, The History of Rome, and that comes up all the time. Is the people just want their games, and I'm like, that's us.
Yeah,
it's still us.
Commodus did that so much, probably more than any other.
Yeah,
Commodus was up to that nonsense.
You're killing it.
Time.
Yeah.
I knew a thing. What's a good word for how I knew that? Give me one.
I don't know who Commodus is, so I'm going to say Commodus is greasy.
We're going to have a specific segment for Commodus at some point. That guy was so greasy.
But it sounds like big bread and circuses leader.
Mm-hmm.
Keep everybody just happy enough to not ask too many questions. So, the bread part, I'll give it to you. But
yeah, if it works, it works.
It's 2,000 years later, it's still going strong.
I don't know, dude. Pat Mahomes pretty sick.
I the other day just staring out of one bloodshot eye, watching Rodgers throw such a nice touchdown to Jordy Nelson. And I'm just like, in that moment, just forgot what a prick he is. You gotta remember, we hate this guy.
Yeah.
Focus on the Jordy Nelson,
Yeah.
not on the Aaron
Right.
Rodgers. It's about the destination, not the journey.
Yeah, there's wars happening. I'm laying on the couch in boxers watching Jonathan Taylor oh, fuck yeah.
Yep, 210 yards.
Yeah.
Wild.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, there's no real answer to this one.
Okay, speaking of quotes, I have something that bothers me, and I want to know if it bothers you guys when you hear it. It's kind of, what's the generation after us?
Well, the Zoomers,
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's something they say
they're great.
a lot.
Gen Z, the last generation.
It drives me nuts, and I don't really know why. It just seems disingenuous. You'll be telling somebody something, and they'll be like, "Oh, I love that for you." I'm like, "Why'd you have to say for you? Why'd you have to add the for you? Why couldn't you just say you love that?" Because to me, that sounds like, "Oh, I love that for you." For me, that's completely fucking stupid. I would never do that. You're an idiot for wanting to do it. But hey, you seem to like it. I love that for you, but not for me. And it drives me nuts. It seems like an insult every time I hear it.
It is dismissive.
Right? Thank you. Am I the only one? Am I overthinking this? Because
No, that is the actual phrasing. Whether people actually intend to mean that is an entirely different
I
question.
know they say it so nicely. Like, oh, I love that for you.
People say I could care less, opposite of what you mean. Or people say I perused that, so you read it really thoroughly, is what that actually means. Doesn't mean that you glanced at
Well,
it.
you know they're smart and read it thoroughly because they said perused, but they don't want to be called out in case they got something wrong.
That's like using literally the wrong way, though, where it automatically means the opposite thing. Like, if you perused it, okay, now we're getting off base.
Mm-hmm.
But
Doesn't correct me if I'm wrong, because I could absolutely be wrong, and I'll just cut it out because I have that power. But doesn't approximately mean not exactly? And people use it to say like almost exactly.
Well, yeah, because they would read the back of like a fucking movie box and it would say approximately 127 minutes because it's 126 minutes and 48 seconds, but they'd be like, well, that's a pretty exact number. So
if you're going to say approximately, right, give me 130. Just say 130 approximately out of.
They just didn't want to give you the seconds count, man. They were trying to still, trying to help you time it.
Yeah.
But yes, I do think it's something that is phrased rudely. Whether the person means it that way is different. Like a bless your heart thing.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's almost always meant rudely.
Nailed it.
I feel like they have a lot of individualism, the Gen Zers. So I feel like they're like applying that to you and being like, that's for you.
Oh, that's a nice way to spin it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know.
I'm very pro Gen Z, so because I've also heard that from older people. See? I love it for me too.
I wasn't going to say anything bad.
Those kids are smarter than me. They'll fuck my life up. Torch and the boomers, I'm basically immune. I mean, they have firearms, but they've got to like physically come to find me.
Yeah. Well, we're also like almost Gen Z. We're on the like back half of the millennial curve.
Oh yeah, because when is it at 96? And yeah, we're 91, so it's getting into that. You're 92,
92,
right?
baby.
So yeah, we're in the back half of the. Yeah.
So in a way, we're really young.
Yeah. Only difference is, I would say the biggest difference is that the internet was a destination. Like, you had to go to a computer lab.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a
computer lab. Holy fuck, you just took me to a place I've tucked deep inside me and forgotten about, my lord.
Yeah, the internet was a physical location as much as it was the internet. You had to go to
That's
the place
room I go to play SimCity.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I know.
So you're telling me the Duke Nukem device has
Oregon
bigger
Trail.
capabilities.
Yeah. Exactly.
Kid Picks.
Oh, Kid Picks. That's a good one.
Kid Picks. Okay, let's see. Oh, yes. Here we go. So I heard once that, like, every piece of human art at its core is a tribute to the sun, which I don't really remember where I heard this, but it really stayed with me because it seems whenever you say all of everything is something, I'm just like, well, that can't be true. But a tribute to the sun, okay, I kind of am with you. I kind of see what that, but then I was like, but does that include this podcast? Is this podcast at its core a tribute to the sun?
Tell you what, I have some problem with the use of the word art.
Okay.
In reference to this podcast. This sounds like something Aaron Rodgers might say.
That is so mean.
Somebody on a deep ayahuasca trip. It's like, I think it's all about the sun, man.
I'm pretty concerned that our listenership of 38 also doesn't see the sun as much as they maybe ought to. I include myself in this.
But no, yeah, it's definitely about the sun. I think when Cole and I started this show,
One of the first conversations.
Yeah, we were like, well, this is going to be at a couple things: drinking beer, the sun,
obviously,
Ra, the sun god, by extension,
and I guess
the
mostly
Green
the
Bay
sun.
Packers.
The Green Bay Packers. Yes.
Mostly the sun.
It's like 80% sun.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of one. Cole's probably a better person for this because he can just pull out things. You know, Cole. I like having somebody else here who knows Cole because it's like I can't explain him to people. It's part of the reason I wanted to do this. That was the third thing. I wanted the world to know about Cole.
Yeah, platforming Cole. Very brave of you.
Well, another white guy on a podcast saving the world.
No, but you got to see this one. They talk about the sun in a way you've never. I can't think of a single piece of art that's about the sun. Can you?
Well, I think all the original. Well, okay, if it's fundamentally like
you're telling me Starry Night's about the sun.
In order to,
no, it's the absence of the sun.
That's jazz. It's the notes you don't play. I think that it's like if you're going back to the advent of art, like everything the sun has provided, it's the life-giving. So I guess it depends on how far back you're pulling, right? Like you can't even see to create your art with no sun. There's no, but is it all a tribute? Like when I see every single individual Picasso, am I like, this is a tribute to the sun? Like that is a three-titted lady. That is not a trip. I mean, I guess the sun's involved.
But that Picasso is like a grandchild of those original pieces.
See, Isaac exists. How big do you want to get with this?
I don't know. I just like it as an idea. I don't really think it makes sense totally, because what does it really mean? You know, we're all a tribute to the sun, because the sun goes away and then we go away. So, you know.
Big
Sorry, I
thoughts.
shouldn't have brought that up.
This just got very existential.
Cut the show. Cut the show. End it early. We can't go forward. Got
Chris
too heavy.
he's a moon guy.
I'm definitely a moon guy. But you know what? The moon doesn't have any light without the sun.
Yeah. I didn't want to bring that up. But I'm glad
didn't want to burst my bubble.
yeah, I'm just glad you got there on
He
your
didn't
own.
know what convalescence meant, so he might not know about the moonlight thing.
Yeah.
Just being the sun.
You might just think the moon glows.
Yeah, it's made of cheese. It glows. There's some guy that lives in there. I don't know. Oh, God. All right. Ooh, okay. Yeah, this is me. When you're at the store and you decide you don't want something you already put in your cart, what's your protocol?
It's got to go back. It's got to go back.
You take it all the way back?
I take it all the way back. The reason I worked at a grocery store for so long, it's just lame. Like, especially, I'll say this, especially if it's refrigerated. If you're in like a crazy rush and it's like, you know, you're 2 aisles off with your loaf of bread, still I feel like you could get it back to the spot. But I understand sometimes it's like I'll just put it somewhere, somebody will get to it.
That's the greasiest option. To me, there's 3 things you can do. You can run it back.
Yeah.
You have to check out anyway. Give it to the checkout person and say, I'm not, sorry, we decided we're not going to buy this.
True. They do have a little
The
basket
third
up
thing
there for
is
it.
just stuffing it someplace. That drives me fucking nuts.
Yeah,
That's
it's
just
a
as
bad
bad as
spot.
not taking your cart back.
Yeah, it's I never do it. I'm just saying, like, I can understand if you're like, oh shit.
I did it the other day, and I knew when I was doing it, it was wrong.
That's why
third
it made
That's
the
why
list.
it
You did the third one?
Yeah, I did the Gucci one.
You
It
knew
was
the-
like
you knew about the
Kendall,
other two.
Kendall had
I just listed them.
Kendall had an Elmo that she was like, we have to get this, and then she decided she wanted something else, and I was like sick, and I just got Elmo out of sight as fast as I fucking could. He's behind some beans. It's gonna surprise whoever works there later in the day.
Yeah, I think with kids it's different rules. Different rules a little bit, because like that's also one subgroup of folks that I won't judge as much for the cart nonsense. Like somebody like me, you leave a cart somewhere, scum of the earth. But if I see a mom with like 3 kids and she's trying to like fucking kick them all into the car, like get all the groceries in there, and then she puts the cart, like, don't, as long as it's not just blocking a parking spot and it's actually like at least somewhat, I'm not gonna
See, I put it right in the
gonna
middle
yell
of the
at
parking spot.
You're trying to
Upside
get into
down.
Yeah, upside down.
trying to get into a deep circle of hell with that one.
Yeah, no, even I've got protocol for that. You get Kendall in the car, lock the car, walk the short distance to. I always park near the thing when I've got Kendall with me. Like, there's just ways to be
That's
thoughtful
fair.
about it.
That's fair. Yeah.
And then I stick Elmo behind Bush's baked beans.
Yeah, I think you're forgiven because of the kid thing, because you don't want, her to remember and then demand Elmo back.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna make Elmo disappear as
exactly.
quickly as
He
possible.
simply has to disappear.
We're at the Elmo threshold.
So Elmo's still going, like
Going
still
strong,
still
dude.
relevant, still hitting his
Hasn't
numbers.
aged a bit. Yeah, still hitting his numbers. Still
Wow.
ticklish. Amazingly.
That's crazy.
Well, I'm glad his nervous system is doing so well.
Yeah, I heard something one time that I had never thought about, and Elmo's eyes are on top of his head, so I guess that like makes him an apex predator,
Oh, yeah.
which I've never
Totally.
considered before. But
He can
What's-
see all. He's
you
like
also
the
don't-
panopticon.
yeah, like you wonder what he is eating, because you never really see him eat. You see Cookie Monster eat all the time, same deal on top of his head, but he's a predator for cookies.
It's
It's very clear what he's after. Although they tried to push broccoli and stuff on him, and nobody was buying it. Bring Cookie Monster back. What is this broccoli monster?
yeah, you just need a separate broccoli guy. You can't convert
Oscar.
this. No.
Yeah, you
It's
gotta
already in
kill
the trash
Cookie
can.
Monster. That's the first move.
All right, we got Broccoli Joe. Broccoli
It's
Joe.
obviously broccoli Rob.
Well, that's already taken. But that's a fair point.
He busts out Broccoli Rob over here.
Here's a question: what is keeping up Big Bird's J.J. Watt-esque frame? Okay, what's in his diet to keep motherfuckers pumping iron and stuff, and he's all mellow? I don't know. I don't buy it at all.
Good point. That'd be a lot of protein.
Yeah.
A lot of protein keep a bird that big.
Snuffleupagus is dealing him some.
How much you think
some
Big Bird
roids.
weighs? $4 bills? Gotta be
Kilo?
$4 bills.
I was gonna say at least 280.
At least 280.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know how much.
Well, he's got hollow bones.
feather ploof there. Yeah,
I don't know. His legs look thick.
they do look pretty thick.
He's got the drumsticks on him.
Right. Pretty big feet too.
Because how tall is Big Bird? He's got to be a good
A million.
6'6".
He's so big. I told you when we saw Sesame Street live, is the only thing I've seen bigger than Shaq in person. That was walking.
He's got Giannis beat.
Yeah.
Holy
It's
shit!
like, wow, that's up there. It got me thinking, like, where's the I didn't say this to Kendall. I wouldn't dare ruin it for her. But where's the person's face? Like, where are they looking at?
Yeah, because unless it's another 7-foot guy, in
or it's really a big fucking bird.
I think they're doing it blind.
there. Yeah. Just so well choreographed.
Yeah, everybody steer clear of the yellow guy. He's not
can't
exactly
see
sure where
shit.
he's. Yeah.
They probably have like a camera system at this point. You know, if you can do like surgeries with little tiny cameras that go into people's arms, you could probably get a Big Bird suit rigged up with a few cameras.
Yeah, maybe it's just Victor Wembanyama in there.
Right? Wemby could be a great Big Bird. That
Wemby would be a great big bird.
hell of a Big Bird.
Yeah.
Or like, and I this is an aside, but soccer players phenomenal, but I've always said that like if you got one of the really big athletes from the NBA to like be a goalie at a young age, would be like the greatest goalie. And that I think is the man, Wembanyama at goalie
Stretch
from
Armstrong.
age 5. Yeah. Now it's too late. There's other guys
He
that
could just
are
put one foot on top of the goal, one arm, and just kind of
just kind of splay.
stretch across it.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a reason why they don't do that. Just really long, big guys as goalies.
I think that there's not been the money in it here, like for the but to your point, Isaac, as far as like where you have really tall people combined with where you have soccer playing nations, there are, especially in Northern Africa, that's like some of the tallest folks in the world.
Yeah, but you're telling me some guy went from America and found Manute Bol before somebody could come from Europe and be like, holy shit, that guy could be a goalie.
That's a fair point. Yeah, Hakeem Olajuwon got found when he was like 17. It's
Yeah.
like, so no one saw you when you were, say, 14 and said, you want to play some soccer?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
that's a fair point. Hindsight's 2020. This is the old like, I'd buy Microsoft stock if I went back in time. It's like I would be a scout.
Yeah.
I'm just getting fucking talent out here. I'll still earn the money.
I think that the same way. I'm going to write down as many names and outcomes of Super Bowls as possible, and I'm going to go back in time.
We're changing.
And I'm going to bet.
Yeah. We're betting against the Bills, folks.
that would be a good bet.
Yeah, I know enough to know that one will work.
Yeah, was that 4 in a row or something they
Yeah,
lost?
4 in a row, and then the Vikings are 0-4 as well. So those you just know, even if your Wikipedia brain is fucked up when you're back in the year 1975, you're like, well, I know Minnesota loses this one.
Yeah.
Whatever happens.
Those are the big ones.
That's
Who loses? It's always
Yeah.
easier to remember that.
You drop me in the middle of a random like Steelers one in the 70s. It's like, well, I think they lost. Well, no, actually they didn't lose any of them. So that's a bad example. But yeah, some of these squads you name where it's like, well, they might have lost, might have won. Who knows? Yankees. I'm gonna have to really write it down beforehand.
Yeah, and that assumes you have time to prep. You aren't just like,
Yeah, you're not just beamed into your
all right, you're in the
corporeal
past
body.
now. I hope you're ready. Hope you did all your homework because you got no warning.
Yeah. Yeah. Please be before Elvis dies. I can bet on that.
That's, they have the prop bets for that.
Elvis.
He's gonna be on the toilet. Will you give me 1,000 to 1? Yeah, I guess I'll give you 1,000 to 1.
Yes. All right, this next one's a two-part question. 1, what do you think are the appropriate quesadilla eating hours? And 2, what are your actual quesadilla eating hours?
Well, I think we got to kind of like break down a quesadilla because like you can make a quesadilla with eggs in it and all of a sudden it's kind of breakfast food.
Fair point. So you're saying 24 hours.
I would say, yeah, everything except for like 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. That's the no-go zone, the no-fly zone of the day for quesadillas.
I'm gonna say 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. That's the only. You should be asleep. That's a wildly inappropriate time to be. If it's a cool time to be awake, quesadillas are in play.
Okay, but when are you actually eating your quesadillas?
Probably normal times, afternoon, evening.
This guy, normal times.
I will say, like, there is a certain time of evening where it's like, yeah, I want a quesadilla, but now I'm drunk and my desire for like open flame and like a cheese grater is like really starting to fall by the wayside.
We started in the same place and we took different paths because I'm like, oh, I'm drunk. Fucking quesadilla. Yeah. Oh yes, now is the time. So I've probably pushed that 4 a.m. number you mentioned before. I'll say that. The majority of my...
From waking up too early.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Pumping some iron and then the old 445 Dilla.
Classic, Classic me there.
That's how you shit yourself on the squat rack.
Yeah. Yeah, I certainly do not burrito and squat. That is for sure. Accidentally squirt one out. Frankie callback. Yeah, majority of my quesadilla eating is probably between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., if I'm being honest.
Yeah. What inspired this one? I just want to know the backstory of all these now.
Yeah, I wonder what inspired it.
What was the catalyst?
Yeah, I just happened to be watching Trailer Park Boys, and that was the only thing I was doing. Yeah, no, I was fucking hammered, and it was like 2 a.m., and I was like, this is inappropriate. As I was making the quesadilla, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna write that down."
This does transition into a different question that we didn't have on the list. And I know, Isaac, you are better than us right now with your sobriety, but
that's what I've been saying.
Yeah, real air of superiority. How many different drunk snacks do you have? Because I have like a very limited array. I've got like 4 things I'm probably gonna. I love to get a can of refried beans and just do like the crappiest bean dip ever.
I love that.
Yeah, shitty bean dip, way up there. I don't want to count things like thrown in a frozen pizza. I'm trying to think about something that actually requires me to like do some, like, be involved in some way.
So we have a popcorn maker from like the 80s, like an actual pop you put the kernels in. I'll do that with some cheese. I guess I like a drunk challenge is what I'm realizing right now, because quesadilla's up there too. You said no frozen things. I've taken care of a lot of pizza rolls.
I was just trying to think of other things
in my drunken moments.
Well, if you include frozen foods, it's like, yeah, I make Indian food sometimes. No, the fuck you don't. You microwave the
folks at Kroger do, and you throw it in. Yeah.
Oh, the butter chicken that you made at 1:30 in the morning in the microwave.
I don't know if I have that many drunk foods that I eat, really, just because I just eat corn chips. I feel like when it gets to be late, I'm just like salt, carbs.
Right.
Like I don't even want to cook anything. I just want to open a bag.
Get some salsa out, or you just do the corn chips?
I take care to leave it on salsa. Sometimes salsa's good. Sometimes I'm like dry corn chips is all I want. Bone dry.
I've been there.
And I have seen Isaac go the other end of the salsa spectrum, the famous salsa cereal, which is not. I mean, you don't do it too often. It's more of a circumstantial deal, but
I should do it more.
I mean, it's a great little. It's kind of like
Should we explain it?
Yeah.
Oh
please.
yeah, for sure.
I think inside jokes are actually better on podcasts. No, what is salsa cereal?
Isaac will be able to do it better justice, but I'll at least say the lead in and then give it.
Build it up a little more.
You gotta start with the end of a bag of tortilla chips that just sucks.
Oh no, I've done this. I already know what it is.
Because it's natural. It's automatic.
Yeah,
I want the rest of this crunch, and I'm not gonna waste this salsa.
Yeah, totally. This is perfectly good food. This is perfectly good salsa.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Do you do spoon or just?
So the salsa's the milk.
Yeah. Episode title: The salsa's the milk. Perfect. I love it.
The chips are the cereal. And yes, you use a spoon or a fork. It doesn't really matter. I feel like because the salsa's not super.
Depends how wet you like your salsa.
Actually, that brings up a good point. Where you guys stand on forks versus spoons? Because I really am not a spoon fan. The way they slide through my teeth, I don't like it.
Well, it's supposed to be more lip than teeth, man. go easy with the teeth.
I'm gonna tell you guys something that's gonna probably piss you both off. I'm fully on team fork, to the point that I eat ice cream with a fork. Because
love
ice
that.
cream is so goddamn hard sometimes. I'm like, give me some prods to, like the Ben and Jerry's. There's no air in there. I can't get into that.
You gotta
Wow.
yeah.
That's intense for me.
I'll take a fork every chance I get, and I'll only use a spoon when I absolutely have to. So I'm with you, Cole.
Big spoon guy. I'll probably lean spoon more. I'll use it for macaroni. I'll use it for, I don't know, I may have described this on the show before. Pork barbecue. It's like you cut up pork real small, like basically little cubes. And then the sauce is it's not like a regular barbecue sauce. It's a South Carolina hot barbecue sauce. It's very liquidy. And I fucking love it. It's very hot. Spoon the shit out of that.
Well,
So,
yeah,
give me
that's
that
fair.
fucking sauce.
Yeah, there's circumstances.
That's a fork dish. I even know that. It's also a plate dish. It's also a plate dish, and I put it in a bowl because how much I want to get that fucking sauce. So I guess I'm on Team Spoon, but could we maybe settle on spork?
It's way more spoon than fork, first of all. So.
Yeah, so the spork's a weird deal. It's a weird deal. It's like just a poorly designed.
Implement.
Definitely stays in the cafeteria for a reason.
Yeah.
If you don't have them at
It's because
home.
the word's funny.
I love the concept. Like I love the idea if it would actually work. Just like I love the idea of a robot putting on my pants like Wallace.
You know what
and
we really
Gromit.
need is a fife, a fork knife. You're trying to cut your thing sideways with your fork.
Yeah.
Give it some.
I like
serrated
that, but I
edges.
worry that then when you're using it in fork mode, you go back to fork mode. You go
mode.
whoop, and you go little slice on the
Yeah, or like a spoon knife, you know.
Spife.
old
Spife could be
Or
good.
new.
spoony knifey.
What they should really do is just have them on either end, you know.
Yeah.
Now that is actually genuinely a better idea. I'm sure there's a great reason that we haven't done like the Darth Maul style utensil, but I think we should revisit why we don't. Because I think we as a
Really
society,
more of a throwing star if you have them all on there, right?
That's true. All five.
all five, so you have the fork, the spoon, and the spork, just in case.
You gotta have options.
Full representation.
A lot of different kinds of food
Butter
out
knife.
there.
All right, I know we're coming up to the close here. Shall we do This Week in History?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is an interesting one. Isaac, I know you've become a big old football fan, so I'm curious to hear your answer here. So, November 6th, 1869, in New Brunswick, New Jersey, Rutgers defeats Princeton 6-4 in the first official intercollegiate American football game. Is there anything that you hate about old football you want to talk about, or I should say, or anything that you would like to bring back about old school football? And this can even be something 20 years ago. I'm just using the first college game as a catalyst, as a
I
jumping
like that they're
off
like
point.
intercollegiate, like it wasn't just fucking New Jersey.
Hey, we have two colleges. Both of them have like 80 people, but
We have two colleges, and we could prove it.
we got a whole Iron Man football game going.
Did football and rugby like start as the same sport and split, or
That's
like?
a very good question.
Yeah, I
What
actually
happened
don't
there?
know. That's
Rugby now actually more closely resembles football when it first started.
That's what I thought. Yeah, so I feel like they should bring back more rugby into football, aka more old football into new football.
Old football is pretty cool. Punting used to have a point. It wasn't just giving up. Like the Packers had this punter named Vern Llewellyn. He's probably the first time that name's ever been said on a podcast, but they used to punt on first down to gain field position because he was so good. So yeah, it was a very different game. Sorry, I just turned into a nerd. I went from being just a stupid drunk idiot to like knowing something. So
the 6-4 score tells you a lot about like this is very much
safeties.
Yeah, this is not it might be 3 safeties to 2 safeties for all we know.
Good point. Good point.
It might not be 2 field goals you're looking at there. Who
It's all that
knows?
punting.
Yeah, it's before they invented the touchdown.
Yeah.
It's like the Super Bowl era, the touchdown era.
No, it's the end zone. You're not supposed to get there.
But yeah,
It's the end.
Yeah, you're out of bounds.
but to your point, Isaac, like baseball is very clearly rooted in cricket, and those origins are well known. And I think for American football, there's got to at least be the influence, but I don't actually know that for sure.
Guess they didn't just make it up one day. Like, nothing works that way. Where I had an idea for a sport.
Yeah.
It's got to come from something.
Yeah, there's always some jumping off point. Okay, well, I'll throw out one thing that I don't like about old football, but one thing I would love to see brought back too. So one thing don't love about old football, not integrated. No, that's
I wish it was still just the wax.
yeah, that's where Chris goes. Gucci or greasy? The breaking of
Integration.
the color barrier. I'm gonna say Gucci.
I'm gonna say it right now. I like it. I like that it's integrated now. That's just me. That's just my opinion.
I got friends I like. Jackie Robinson was cool. But got really off base there. So don't love the lack of forward passing, just because that's like the thing that I think really separates football from. I was like watching it a little bit, and so some like really creative old running plays. Those are cool. I'd have those back.
Yeah.
But yeah, really limited passing game. One thing I would really bring back in conjunction with the passing game is that if things look like a catch, they're a catch. And I don't know what that means, but the
Is this an anti-replay?
not necessarily anti-replay. It's more the
We've gotten to.
it's more the control, like the motion, like the continued motion concept. Like, yeah, if a ball hit the ground on the replay, that's not a catch. I more mean like did that count as like a continued motion thing where it like looks like he came down with it and like you can't really tell. It's like, that was a catch. I saw him come down with it. I saw him get up with it. Nobody was close enough to him. Like, let's just move on. Like,
right.
Very, very quick. I will say only anti-replay thing I will say is in baseball when somebody like gets their foot off the bag by a half a hair and the ball's still on them and they're like, well, your foot came off for a second. It's like, that's not the point of it. The point is to legislate real plays.
They've been a little bit better about that lately with like hovering in baseball, at least. For me, 2 yards in a cloud of dust, the worst. I would hate to go to a football game and watch just 2 yards, 2 yards, 2 yards, punt. 2 yards, 2 yards, 1 yard, punt.
And then a team's going 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, and you're like, whew, they're really moving the ball.
Right.
Whew, these guys are.
One thing I would bring back is hitting.
Oh,
Like
just really.
fights?
No, like being able to tackle people.
Oh, yeah.
As long as you, I'll say this with limitation, you should be able to smash a guy. But we can't bring back the helmet to helmet type stuff. Like,
no, but like
obliterate a guy to the body.
Yeah.
Like the way that.
And we're protecting quarterbacks way too much.
I always think about the way Cam Chancellor hit Vernon Davis.
Yeah, that was clean.
It was so clean. He just demolished.
Should
the
not
man.
have been a flag. If we're thinking of the same one, there was a flag
we're
on that
totally
play.
thinking of the
Should
same.
not have been a flag on that play.
Luckily, the
Scared
Hawks won that.
everybody, so you gotta throw a flag.
So sick.
Chancellor just destroyed, just annihilated the man, and there was no helmet to helmet, no nothing. So it's like that. We
Too
need to bring
cool
that.
flag. Yeah.
Okay, to build on your catch one, Cole, I think what we should bring back is no cameras. So at all.
Replays, but it's just a guy in the stands recounting what happened.
Exactly. So you either have to go to the game or someone has to tell you about it who went. There's no other way to see the game than going to it or getting like told what happened at the game.
You're telling me I have to live in Wisconsin and I will not stand for it.
It's fully blacked out.
Yeah.
All right, we're within 5 minutes here. I'm going to cut one of these questions. We got 2 more. November 7th, 1913, the first day of the Great Lakes Storm of 1913. Big old blizzard, kills 250 people. Huge winds, terribly cold. Again, massive blizzard. Question is, what type of natural disaster would you least want to get caught up in? And by caught up in, I just mean general area.
Earthquake, by far.
That's the bit.
Nothing you can do about that. You can kind of know when a tsunami's coming, I guess. But even then, drowning's not a bad way to die.
I don't know. It sounds pretty lame.
I mean, all dying sounds like it's not a good time. But They say that's the best way to die. Fire, you're going to get obliterated pretty quickly. Like if you're caught in a wildfire, that's going to go pretty fast. Hurricane, again, you kind of have some warning. You can kind of do something about that potentially. Earthquake, you don't even know when the fuck that's going to happen. It could happen. It could happen right now.
Well, at least in this building now, at least it wouldn't be some tortured long. Like I think the building just collapses on me, and it's just like, hope they find the recording of this. Wouldn't want them to lose.
Yeah, be pretty funny. They're talking about earthquakes, and then they all died from crush injuries, huh?
We were trying to make jokes about horses dying, and I wouldn't want those to be lost to the sands of time.
We all know dogs dying is funniest.
Yeah, I'm trying to top Earthquake. Earthquake's pretty good, because of the surprise element.
Right, yeah.
I feel like a full force hurricane, if you're like, you have to be there, it sounds rough. I don't know. But it does have the cool factor of you hit the eye, which I do feel like would be a fun thing in the middle of the storm where it calms
Oh, shit,
down.
that's my car.
I haven't smoked a cigarette in years. I would have a cigarette on hand just to go out for the eye. I don't know why. It just feels right. It just feels right. Like this is the break. This is the intermission.
Yeah.
Smoke break.
Right. With the earthquake, they're really, really trusting my ability to get within a door frame from
wherever
even
you may be located.
even without the ground shaking portion of this whole
You're
thing.
trusting the door frame.
Yeah.
I feel like they just told people that because it's better than nothing.
Yeah, we got to give them something. We have to tell them they can do something.
Yeah, they have to take an action.
Yeah, stop, drop, and roll.
Grab a door. Or whatever.
Just to change it up, I'm going to go tornado. Tornado, you do get some warning, but sometimes those things just happen real fast.
That's true.
And you don't have a lot of autonomy in those situations.
I'm going to go dust devil. I have asthma.
Ooh, that would suck. The old Sasquatch. The old dust in the lungs. Okay, last question. 11/11/12/15. The Fourth Council of the Lateran meets, defining the doctrine of transubstantiation, the process by which bread and wine are, by that doctrine, said to transform into the body and blood of Christ. What main food and beverage is your body comprised of?
I don't know. Corn chips, I guess.
Tequila and pizza rolls over here.
I've got...
That's a way better church, too. By the way, they're showing up. I don't care about the serving. We're here for the tequila and the pizza rolls. Pizza rolls go down real good after some tequila.
Yeah, they go down like... It's like nostalgia. It goes down like poison Kool-Aid. Tastes great, but there's ramifications. I'm going to go with a body comprised of Reuben's Crushables and Dick's Cheeseburgers.
Good for you.
Primarily.
That is good. I didn't do a liquid. Let's see. Maybe milk.
Milk and
I thought he
corn
was going to
chips.
say cottage cheese. Well, that's it for the show. Isaac, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
We had some stuff we didn't get to today, so Isaac's going to have to come back.
2026. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks again for listening. You can follow us Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever the other places are. Just give us a listen. Definitely check us out on YouTube. We record this for people to watch.
Future generations
So,
to gather around the fire.
Right. Jordan, love you all. Bucks and 6.